Hello my babies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leora Alexandra and I was put here on earth to turn on your switch so that you, in turn, could turn the switch on for countless others. So here's another switch flipping video for you. So I get a lot of requests from people who want to know what to do after they have asked for what they want, after they've set an intention with the law of attraction, and now they're waiting for their manifestation to come into fulfillment. I get questions like, what do I do if I can't wait? What do I do if I'm an impatient person? What do I do and how long is it going to take? When am I going to see results? So I can answer that quite easily, and my answer to this is you have to work on yourself. Work on your patience. Being impatient is not in vibrational harmony with who you are as a person and who you want and the things that you desire. When you have those things that you desire, when what you wanted from the universe comes into your life, you're not going to feel impatient anymore. So feeling impatient now is not in vibrational harmony with your desire. And not only that, but being impatient puts out this vibration to the universe. It tells the universe that you're saying, I do not have this thing that I desire. You're putting out the vibration of lack. And you know what happens when you do that? The universe brings you more of what you say that you have. You have lack, you're going to get more lack of whatever it is that you desire. The more impatient you are, the longer you're going to be waiting, the longer you are putting off getting whatever it is that you're asking for. However, there is something to be said about that span of time between when you set your intention, when you ask the universe for something, when you manifest, and when that manifestation comes into fulfillment, when you attract this thing. This waiting period is called the buffer of time. I want to talk to you guys a little bit today about this buffer of time and how to persevere despite being impatient. The reason why I want to talk to you guys about it is because I want to try to help you change your perspective about this waiting period. I want to help you see that it's not failure, it's not rejection, it's not the universe telling you no. It's actually a gift. It's a loving gift from the universe, and I hope to show you why. By the end of this video, I hope that you will feel gratitude towards that waiting period, that buffer of time, and that you will let go of that impatience, even just a little bit. It's going to be a process and you're going to have to keep working on it, but look at it this way. If you're working on becoming a more patient person, you're taking your attention off of the thing that you're trying to manifest, thereby alleviating that vibration of lack that you've been surrounding it with. You're going to get your manifestation much faster. You're going to attract that thing into your life much faster if you're focusing on something else. So to be clear, the buffer of time is that space of time between when you set your intention, you ask for something, and the time that you receive it. So it's the time in between. We are creative consciousness, projecting our reality within us, around us, externally and internally at every given moment. As you begin to understand this and become better aligned with your desires and with the person that you are meant to be, the time between when you ask for something, you desire something, and when you receive it is going to get shorter and shorter. And with that will come a responsibility, because you're going to understand how much power you have. That something you want, you define what it is that you want, and then nearly immediately, instantly, it comes to you. At that point, it becomes a responsibility on your part to be a happy, positive individual. Now, for some, the realization and understanding that your thoughts create your reality could be really stressful and harrowing, and for others still, anxiety gets in the way of manifesting completely. So this is where the buffer of time comes in, and this should ease your mind. Most people, in general, of course there's always exceptions, but in general, most people do not immediately, instantly get whatever it is that they're trying to manifest. Most people have to wait, and that is because of the buffer. Remember when you would need to buffer a video before playing it so that playback would be smooth? That means you would choose a video, click on a video, but you would hit the pause button so that it could buffer a little bit, and then you can play it, and you would allow the video to load before again pressing play. This is the same concept as the buffer in the law of attraction. You choose what it is that you want, just like you would choose a video. Then you would allow for the time buffer so that you can make sure that you receive your desire in the smoothest way possible. I understand that for some this could be a sort of irritation because it seems like this time buffer is standing in the way of receiving. However, I want you to think about how crucial this time buffer is. Think of how many times you've had passionate negative thoughts that you really never wanted to manifest, or times where you said something terrible. Without this buffer of time, you would create these negative things instantaneously. There's no question or argument about this. That kind of power would be catastrophic. For example, when you are younger and you're fighting with a parent or a friend and you wish something bad happens to them, that's not something that you really want. But without the buffer of time, it would happen instantaneously. That buffer allows you to stop, regather your thoughts, and to fill yourself up with positive thoughts so that thing doesn't happen. And that's usually what happens. You make up with that person, you make up with your parents or with your friend, and you think, oh, I would have never wanted anything bad to happen to them. I want happy things to happen to them. I want the best for them. And those positive thoughts outweigh the negative ones and cancel them out. And that's all because of the buffer of time. The buffer gives you time to become aware of what you're focusing on. It gives you time to clear up any negative thoughts and gives you time to relocate your good feeling thoughts and go back to what you desire. So thanks to this time, to this pause, this figurative waiting room, you don't have to worry that your negative thoughts are going to affect or ruin your life. You know that you have the time to clean up those thoughts and to return to a good place. So we have to be thankful for this beautiful, considerate gift that the universe has given us, that is the buffer of time. And in the meantime, we must practice patience. I highly recommend learning and picking up some breathing exercises if you're an exceptionally impatient person, or even if you're just a little bit impatient and you want to become better. If you have a high temper, if you're anxious, if you're nervous a lot, breathing exercises are very helpful. I learned a few when I took yoga at USC, and they really changed my process of dealing with negative emotions. So my favorite one is one that I think I've talked about recently in a recent video. What it is you breathe in slowly through your nose, hold the breath at the top, and then breathe out slowly either through your nose or through your mouth, and then before taking another breath, you count to 3. So it's like this. And that noise that I was making, that's an ujjayi breath. That's something that you do in yoga, and it's very comforting and very calming. And together with breathing exercises, it's time to start defining yourself as a patient person. Just starting to say I'm a patient person is going to completely change your story and change the way that you behave. I used to say I'm a very impatient person, and then I took that out of my vocabulary, and only recently I realized how I've become so much more patient. Being patient is truly a virtue. It's an admirable quality, and I think that it's something that we could all benefit from. So I want to give you guys a few affirmations for becoming a more patient person before we wrap this video up. I choose to be patient with and kind to myself today. I am very patient and understanding. I now have the patience I've admired in others. Today I stay patient through all things. I have patience to spare. I find the time to be patient today. I am patient with myself and others. Patience is easy when you're living in the moment. So that's all for today's video. I hope I was able to change your perspective on that waiting period a little bit, and to help you in, developing yourself a little bit more. We could all use a little bit more patience with ourselves, with the universe, and with everybody in our lives. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, keep your vibrations way, way, way up. Bye.